going. Hey guys, welcome to our team happy hour. It is Monday the 13th and I'm so excited. Little cutie over there. And so today we are going to be doing all things Instagram stories. Y'all, I cannot emphasize enough, if you are not utilizing Instagram stories, you are missing out. If you are not consistently utilizing Instagram stories, you are missing out. I'm going to turn this down. That's really harsh. Because I get so many lives that I change just from Instagram stories, so many interactions, and I know Taylor does too, from Instagram stories. And so only a small percentage sees our post every day. Maybe 3 to 5% of our followings, and that's if we're lucky. And so not many people will see our post. And so if you're only posting once to twice a day, you are only reaching this many of your followers. But Instagram stories, a wider variety of people see those because they're constantly at the top. Not many people utilize them outside of, the Beachbody world and stuff like that. And so it is so important to utilize them and to make them engaging. You don't want to be talking on these Instagram stories. You want to be engaging with the people. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I've got a PowerPoint, just being the person that I am. If you guys have any questions along, go ahead and put them in the chat and I will answer any of them as I go. Because it's going to be a lot of information because Instagram stories is a lot. And so I want to make sure that I answer any questions. And so if you have anything, put them in there. All right, here we go. Instagram stories. Why do you want to do it? First and foremost, you want to do it because it's going to increase engagement. Why we're doing this, why we're building our following, why we're, reaching out to people is because we want to engage with people to potentially have them be our clients so we can help them. And so any way so you can increase your engagement, you should be doing that. I read a statistic somewhere where it's like 3 to 5% of your followers will see your post, but anywhere from 25 to 30% will see your stories or watch your stories, even one of them. And so that with that big of a difference, why would you not be wanting to utilize your Instagram stories? And so you can always use your stories to drive engagement to your post as well. And so that is first and foremost a huge one why you want to be using it. The second one is it's guaranteed to be seen versus the algorithm. The algorithm is funky. If we have limited followers and we don't get engagement within the first 30 to 45 minutes of our post is never going to be seen. And so with how Instagram is, if based on that first hour, how well your post does, how many comments, how many likes your post gets within that first hours, how much Instagram is going to bump that out to the world. And so we can't predict that unless we're doing some, different stuff, but we can't ever know which ones of our posts is going to get engagement versus which ones aren't, even if we put so much thought and effort into it. And so utilizing Instagram stories, you can guarantee that you're seen. And now you can actually share one of your posts to your Instagram stories. And so if you go on your post, there is a little paper airplane and you can add it to your story. So you can drive engagement to that specific post to your story. And so it'll show like a little clip it and you can be like new post or something like that and get them to drive to that post. Another reason is you can see behind the scenes. People will get to know you. People will get to love you. People will get to know your quirks, how you're different. Maybe that you cuss or that your hair and makeup is never done, stuff that you wouldn't want to put on your feed, but you would want to put in your stories. So they get to know the real you. And that way you can be you. You can, like the other day, I was literally 3 glasses of wine in singing Best Life, and then I burped and I posted it because that's me, like YOLO, right? And so like they can see just how crazy or how quirky you are, or you get to kind of like let your hair down and be you, versus where you're wanting to make sure on your feed that it's all cohesive and it's all nice looking. Instagram stories, it's everything but that. It's the raw, untouched, unfiltered, and that's what's going to take your cold market into a warm market. Because when you send a message and an invite to that person that you've never talked to, they're going to already feel like they know you and love you because you were consistent on your Instagram stories. That means every single day, consistent. And then the last thing is you can create curiosity through your day. So you can be you drinking your shake and not telling them, oh my gosh, I've got my superfoods. Or you can be, eating your beach bar and talking about it, not giving names and stuff like that, but curiosity marketing through your IG stories. And that's way you don't have to take posts of like your Shakeology and be like, got my shake in, see, it's on my feed. No, you'll just be like boomerang it or be drinking it and talking about your superfoods, where it's more casual versus, oh my God, I'm Sales EC. Hi, this says Shakeology. You know what I mean? All right. The do's and don'ts of Instagram stories. So, okay, you're utilizing it, but you want to make sure you're doing it in the way that gets the most engagement and doesn't bore the pants off of everybody that you're talking to. And so one of my big do's is you want to make sure you have 10 or more stories. Always. So throughout the day, you want to make sure you story 10 or more times. It's not all videos. It's a difference between videos and still photos and, boomerangs and stuff like that, where it breaks it up. But you want to make sure you at least story 10 times a day. That way you've increased engagement. You've brought people through your entire day. And that way that you always have stories on there. Geotag all photos. This is something I've recently started doing, and I've actually gotten a lot of engagement from it. You can add geotags, adding like locations, and you can choose the locations from anywhere in the world. You don't specifically have to choose where you're actually located. And with this, you can actually shrink it super, super tiny and put it in the corner behind a tree somewhere, and no one will even know. And it'll just give you an extra layer of people to be exposed to. Is it always going to help you? No, but it's something that doesn't take any time or effort, and it could eventually bring you a sale or something like that. And people look at those stories all the time for those locations. Like if you're going to like a bar, like there's a place here in Atlanta called the Vortex. Everybody goes to it. So I tagged the Vortex multiple times, and I've actually gotten people who like are traveling, looking up restaurants, and found them and found me. Utilize hashtags in your stories. And so they don't have to be every single one of them, but I want you to utilize them. But you can also shrink those really small, and if you tap them, it'll change it to transparent, so it's not even noticeable. But again, it adds an extra layer of people being able to find you from other avenues. And so if you make it super, super small, or you can make it big if you're actually wanting it to show. But I do think you should utilize both of those on every single one. Again, it takes like a minute to add both of those, and it adds tons of extra exposure. Another do is you want to story your workout, or at least talk about it. And I know me and Taylor, we actually just went about all this and talked about, the storying of the workouts and how she felt like she didn't want to story every single one of her workouts because she wanted to actually get an amazing workout in. And so I told her, I was like, just do it afterwards. And then she's like, oh my God, that's brilliant. Why didn't I think of it? Because I'm Allie, right? Love you, Taylor. But what I do is I literally will do my entire workout, get my sweat on, engage in my workout, focus on my workout, and then I'll pick 3 to 4 moves at the end of my workout. And look, if you're doing 3 to 4 frames of workouts every day, that means you only have to worry about 5 to 6 other workout or other posts on your story. See, I'm helping you here. But I'll record those, and I will go over how I record them and all later, but I'll record those and post those versus ruining my workout to stop, video it, make sure it's good, then save it and all that stuff. I'll do it all after my workout. So it's kind of like a little bonus workout. And the last thing, you want to be real, be you, the good, the bad, the ugly. If you're having a bad day, let people know. If you're an emotional wreck and you're legit about to cry because of whatever, go on Instagram stories, talk to people about it. It will show them how relatable you are. not too long ago, I was in a deep depression. I don't know what was wrong, but I was in a funk, and I just talked to my followers about it. I told them how I was digging into my personal development, told them how, before this, I would have just eaten my feelings, and now I'm going on walks. I told them how bad of a funk I was in. And I got so many nice, sweet messages in my inbox, which then turns into conversations and could potentially turn into clients. But at least then, even if they don't, I'm establishing that relationship with those people, and they're seeing me as a real person, not this person that's unattainable because she works out every single day and is amazing and does her workout. And so you want to be able to show people like, yeah, I have good days. Like I have a lot of good days, but I also have bad days. And so that makes them see you as like here instead of up here. And that makes you more relatable and makes them think, I can do this too. Like I feel that exact way. This is how she's coping with it. Why can't I? And so it starts putting that, oh girl, like why can't I mentality in their brain. Now for the don'ts. Do not just talk on your stories. Do not just talk on your stories for like 5 to 6 frames. I am telling you, no one is going to sit there and listen to it. And if they do, they really do love you. But even like people that I am obsessed with, like my coach, Ashley Molstad, she is amazing. She is so inspiring, but she talks so much on her Instagram stories. And I find myself after the 3rd frame just clicking through because I'm like, I just can't listen anymore. Like I don't have that attention span. Most of us millennials, even just Americans nowadays, we do not have those attention spans to sit there and listen to someone talk for 5 to 6 frames. If you have something a lot that you want to say like that, go live. That is for talking in abundance. But for your Instagram stories, you want to keep your talking frames to 2 to 3 max, because by the 3rd one, they've lost you. They won't listen. They're really not engaging. And you'll see if you pull up your stats so you can swipe up on your Instagram stories, the more you talk, the lower your numbers are going because people aren't watching it. And I know that's bad. And I know this will go against a lot of what people say, but I'm just telling you from experience and just personally for me and some of the other people that I've talked to, past 3 slides, they're not listening to you talk. Even if they love you, like I love my coach, I love every single person like that I watch their stories, but if they're talking a lot, I just can't. So don't do that. But also don't just use boomerangs or still shots. If every single slide of yours is a boomerang or a still slide, there's no interaction, there's no breakup, there's no division of posts. So if you do a still shot, maybe next you'll do a boomerang. Then maybe next you'll do a video of you talking. Then you might do another boomerang or still shot. Like break it up. Your workout, yeah, those will all be videos, but don't throughout the day just take a boomerangs and still shots. You want to interact, break it up with you talking, you being goofy or inspiring or whatever in the middle of those still shots. Because it's just a lot more engaging. It's a lot more eye-catching. It'll keep their attention more. I'm telling you guys, people don't have attention spans anymore. So we have to make sure things are engaging and interactive, or they're going to swipe and they're just going to move on because there's just too much. Don't show your product labels. Don't show your product labels. I see so many, bless their hearts coaches, and they're like, see, I'm just drinking my Shakeology as their bags sitting here showing it, and they're name dropping. This is also they tie in together. They're name dropping, just taking my Shakeology. That doesn't leave anything for curiosity. That doesn't leave anything up for the imagination. You want people to inbox you. Every single day, I take my mama crack. I tell them I take my mama crack. I'm like, y'all, this mama crack is getting me through life. I get at least 3 to 4 messages in my inbox every single day asking me what my mama crack is. And that is opening a conversation. If I just said, okay, I'm taking my Energize, which is my pre-workout every single day, they'd go to Google or go to Amazon and type in Energize and buy it. They wouldn't come to me, because they already know they don't need me. And so you want them to come to you with questions. You drink your shake every day. I'm having my superfoods, drinking my 6 salads, stuff like that. And so they're like, Like, what is this 6 salad thing you're drinking? Like, how can I get that? Because I don't want to eat 6 salads. And so that starts up a conversation. Every single post, every single story you do should be intended to start up a conversation with someone. So it should be either inspiring them, should either be creating curiosity for them, or it should either be, asking them a question and asking for engagement. And so that is going to help your engagement, and you build relationships with your followers, which will then turn into Success Club points eventually. Okay, let me make sure we're going to go, because we've got another thing at the end of this. So I want to kind of speed through this. Instagram polls. Why is it important? Y'all, Instagram polls helps see who engages the most. So who is voting on your poll? That is who is engaging in your stuff. They're not just swiping, keeping clicking. They're actually watching what you have to say and engaging with those posts. And they make your stories more interactive. Every single body wants to be heard. We're in the democratic nation where every vote counts. Everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants a voice. And so this kind of gives them that out to feel like my vote matters. Like what I have to say matters. And it helps people interact more with you. And so when you do these, also you can see who really cares, and then you can go and message them, and you can invite them or start up conversations with them, because it's obvious that they are watching your stuff, they're engaging in your stuff, and they are basically your warm market now. And so my best practice is for Instagram stories, do not ever give them an option to say no. We don't want them to say no. It's either F yes or yeah, girl, but I have a few questions. Or it's either like yes or yes, like something like that, something fun, but don't give them the option for no. We don't want to know that no, they aren't interested. We want to know, are they interested or are they interested? Or are they interested or are they interested with questions? And so always give them the option for yes, never the option for no. Another thing is create polls for not just for challenge groups and not for just fitness things, but also everyday things. Because if you're doing challenge group polls every single time, it's not going to be as engaging. But if you're asking them, like, see right here, I asked them to choose between the orange and the black outfit. And so that was feeling like they had an input on what I was going to wear to Summit. And so they chose the black or the orange. I would send them a message and be like, oh my gosh, girl, I saw that you voted for the black one. That one was my absolute favorite. And it starts up a conversation. End it with a question. Like, I got that. Like, do you know, like whatever, add a question in there. I don't know. But you can do that for the orange too. Be like, oh my gosh, girl, I saw that you voted for the orange. Isn't it so freaking cute? Question mark. And it starts up a conversation. It's probably not going to go anywhere the first time, but it's planting seeds. It's showing them that you value their vote and you value their opinion. And then you can do ones for challenge groups also. And so like here you see, I was like, just vote here. I'll do the scary part and message you. And it's like a boomerang, and I'm going like, hey. If you see in my hand right there, I have this clicker remote, which we'll get to, and you see here, I'm like, fuck yes, or I have questions. So it's 2 options for yes, but one that's like a less scary, like I'm not committing right away, but I do have questions, and one that's like, oh my God, girlfriend, let's be besties. And so that is another engaging, and you can see who's interested. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are going to be like, some people are going to be like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I accidentally voted. And so sometimes I call them out on my stories, and I'll put in like little parentheses, and I'll be like, don't say you accidentally voted. I placed it here strategically, or something silly like that. And I'll actually get engagement from that. And they'll be like, I legit LOL'd about your comment and stuff like that. And so my side note here is you can review your poll results by viewing your story and swiping up. So the one that has the poll, you'll click through until you find the one that has the poll. And if you just swap up, you'll see all the poll results. That's also where you can see who views your stories. And so the ones at the top are the ones who view your stories the most frequently. They're your loyal story watchers. The ones at the bottom view it occasionally, but they're not loyal like every single day story watchers. All right, how to record your workout. I have done it multiple ways, and this one seems to be the least time sucking of all of them. And so, how I record it is if you go to your Instagram stories and you swap over to the hands free. This will give you 3 seconds to get in place. So I have like a tripod that I hold my phone into, and you can hold it down for 3 seconds. That gives you 3 seconds to pick your weights up and get in position. If you want to invest in something, I highly, highly recommend you invest and go into Amazon and buy yourself a Bluetooth remote, so you can do these hands-free. So you literally can hold the remote and hold it down, and it'll give you 3 seconds, and you don't have to like run to place. And it costs like, and it looks like this. That's what my Bluetooth remote looks like. I don't really know what this button down here is for, but this button, I just hold it down and it'll give me the 3 seconds, and I can just like throw it in the ground. I can also do like hands-free boomerang. So I'll like have the remote in here, like, hold on. Like this boomerang, you can see in my hand right here, I have the remote, and I was able to do a boomerang without being by the phone. Pro tip, look like you're having a damn good time during your workout. If someone sees you moaning and groaning and just looking pissed off at the world, they're not going to want to do that workout. If you are full of life, you are singing to your music, you're jamming out, you are just having a damn good time enjoying your workout, even if you're struggling and you're like, like, I got this, like pumping iron, but with like a smile and encouraging, it makes them more prone to want to do it, because they're like, she looks happy while doing this. Like, that looks like fun. She looks like she's having so much fun. I want to do this. Versus if someone's like pissed off at the world and they're like, just during the workout, they're like no one wants to do that with you. And so I know it's going to be awkward at first, but smile during your workouts, because trust me, if you smile during your workouts, subconsciously somewhere, you're going to start enjoying your workout, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm loving this, dude. Even if you're really not, and you're going to be like, well, why did I love it? It's because you're smiling, sending those signals to the brain that you're happy. And that will make followers want to join you. And we all want people to join us, right? All right. Here are my favorite workout video apps. And so these do different things. I used to post them on my page before I started using a filter on all my photos. Now, if I place a video, it would just look funny. But if you do want to place videos on your page, then my apps that I used were Splice. Splice and Video Shop. They both basically do the same thing. Video Shop confused me. I am not technologically savvy. I don't know technology. Technology gives me anxiety. And so Video Shop just took more time, versus Splice, it was pretty like open and shut. And so I would use Splice and edit the videos, cut them down. This was back when I was recording the videos like just on my phone, on my video recorder on my phone. And you can speed them up, crop them down, and change them any way you want. And then add music from your iPhone or your Android. I don't know if these are Android, honestly, but I know they're iPhone. And you can add music from your iCloud. Honestly, Splice will do pretty much everything you need to do, but if you want to get advanced, then you can go to Video Shop. If you want to have a video on one side and a picture of you on the other. And so like I used to do these a lot, where I had like a still sweaty selfie of me and then my workout video on the other side. You can use Pick, Play, Post. And so what that'll do is you'll edit your video, you'll add it into Pick, Play, Post, and then you'll have the edited photo on the left-hand side or the right-hand side or whatever. Only do the 2 frames. If you go to 4 and try to have 4 videos playing at one time, people's brains are going to explode, because they're going to be like, oh my God, what am I supposed to look at? So don't add different videos together. Only add a video and a still. Just take my advice on that. But if you just want to do like I do and put them in your Instagram stories, HypeType is the best thing to edit into your Instagram stories if you feel like editing. I don't always do it. If I'm feeling a little fancy, I will. So HypeType you'll download. You can pay like $99, I don't really know. I think it's like $5 or 99 cents. I don't really know how much you can pay for to get the watermark removed and the ads removed, but you can. I haven't yet, honestly, just because I'm cheap. But if you don't like watermarks, you can do that. With this, you can add any type of music you want to it, regardless if you have that music. And so it gives you little clips. So you can literally go in there, and if you're doing a AD Obsession Booty Day, you can type in BOOTY booty, and it'll bring up every single thing associated with booty. So you can have a song that's associated with your workout, and it's kind of fun and interactive and playful. You can also put text on there, and this text is animated, so it moves. And so again, another interaction piece. You can also speed it up and slow it down. If you speed up your workout, I do recommend not speeding up the text, because then no one's going to be able to watch it or read it. So speed up the workout and then move the text and slow it down, just so people can read what you put on there. But it is super amazing because you don't have to pay for that music unless you're lucky, because honestly, I don't have that music feature on Instagram stories where I can add music to my Instagram stories, which I'm kind of salty about still. So if you're lucky and are one of those few that have it, then more power to you. All you really need is that. All right. We are getting there. How to overlay text. We want to be interactive. We want to make it eye-catching. If you saw this, you'd be like, oh my God, that's awesome. Let me watch more of it. And so you want to make it eye-catching, appealing, and stop it. You want to stop this. Instead of stopping their scroll, you want to stop their tap. And so you want to make sure that you have something that's like, oh my God, that's awesome. I'm not going to tap through. And so if you see here, I took a photo and I started adding text. And so this is how you add layered text. So first you take the photo. So you take the photo like, hi, here we go. Hi, I took my photo. Then you put it on there. You'll add the first layer of the text you desired. So like for the left-hand side, it's let's recap, shall we? And this was on a video that I was doing of a workout. And I was like, okay, 30 minutes. And then you can save it. Then add 4 days a week, save it. You can add 8 weeks and meal plan together, save it. Cheat day and as me as your right-hand lady, save it. And then yet, save it. And then message me with that, save it. Then you'll hit the X at the corner. Then you can go back and add each of them at the exact same time. I don't recommend adding them as you go, just because people are going to watch your stories and be like, what's going on, and have to wait for you to edit each one of them. And so save them as you go and then add them all at once. I don't recommend doing every single, like all these texts, I didn't do at the exact same time, like each one singular, because that's a lot and people are going to get bored and start clicking. So like on the right-hand one, I'm doing a boomerang where I'm like, you see this? Like, cool. And I was like, let's recap, shall we? That was one. And then I was like, 4 days a week, 30 minutes a day was one, like, click. 8 weeks, flexible meal plan, one click. Cheat day, and then combo of lifting and hitting and abs was one click. And so that's 3 slides right there. And it's interactive. So something new pops up every single time. You can also do call to actions on these. So if you look on the left-hand side, there's a little circle thing, and I'm telling them, message me there. I am asking them to do this. So that's another thing you can do instead of a poll. Something simple, message me a muscle, we'll chat about it. And so that just gives them a call to action with after you do all this text and they know what the meal, like they know what the program is, the highlights of it, they can message you if that interests them. You can do this also with, recognition things, which we'll do next, but it just adds an extra fun layer. And right now, we're not a traction market. We have to be interactive. We have to entertain the people as they watch our stories. We don't have the luxury of just talking and not really putting any effort into it, because we are still such small Beachbody coaches and have such small followings. All right, curiosity marketing on Instagram stories. is huge. I've already told you guys, you don't want to show product labels. You don't want to show, you know, name drop the products. You want to create curiosity. So one, we never name the programs we're doing. We'll tell them what they are, but we'll never name them. We never say we work for Beachbody. No one knows I am a Beachbody coach. They just don't. I don't say it. I don't advertise it. They know I'm on a health and fitness journey. If they're familiar with Beachbody, then they probably know I'm a Beachbody coach. But if they're not familiar with Beachbody, they just know it's Allie Griffith, someone on their fitness journey. So they don't have their guard up the second I follow them. And so here is how I create curiosity marketing. So I'm going to set the scene for you on the left-hand side, this one. I am laying in bed. It's 6 a.m. Homie didn't want to get up. I'm talking, videoing. I filtered it to where it's that dark filter so it looks, I'm talking about how tired I am. I'm talking about how much I need my mama crack. I'm talking about, you know, how excited that I am for my mama crack to give me life. And so that is setting the stage of how important this is for me getting up in the morning. So automatically they're like, oh my God, like, maybe I need this because it's giving her life. I need life. And so that's setting the scene. Then the next slide is me dancing around. I'm excited. I am happy. I am loving my workout because I've got my mama crack. So the first slide, they saw how tired I was. The second slide, they see I'm at it. I'm getting it. I'm like, because I'm living life like I have my energy. And so automatically they're like, how did she go from that to this? I've got to message her. I've got to figure out what this is. And so that's an amazing way to curiosity market with your Energize. My second one here I'm showing you is my Shakeology. And so every day I show them I drink my shake. It's different ways. Sometimes I do a boomerang. Sometimes I do a video. Sometimes I do a still shot just to break it up, but every single day. Here I'm talking about, I'll just be over here drinking my 7 salads and feeling happy AF. So they know that equates to like 7 salads. Like who doesn't want a drink that's like 7 salads? They know that I drink it every single day because they see it. And they know it makes me happy because look at the smile. And so they'll message me. Like I've had tons of girls message me like, what is this 7 salad thing you drink? And I'll start up a conversation about Shakeology. Or they're like, what is this drink you drink every single morning? Or that you say tastes like a Frappuccino, because I do cafe latte sometimes. And it strikes up curiosity. People want to know everything. If you get to them right to that cusp of like, interested but not telling them, it's kind of like if you're telling an amazing story and you're like, oh my gosh, so I was at a friend's house and we were drinking, we were partying, then some guy messaged me or called me over to him and I just stopped. And you're like, what did the guy have to say? Like, I want to know what the guy said. What did he say to you? Same thing with this stuff. You want them to wonder. You want to get them right to that brink of like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then stop. Because they're going to message you. Because it's going to piss them off because they don't know and they want to know. It's the best way to get it. It's how you curiosity market like an OG. All right, the next thing you want to do is recognition and creating FOMO. Y'all, FOMO is real. I don't care what anybody says, FOMO is real. You want to create it as much as possible because then people are going to be like, oh my God, like all these girls are joining her boot camp and I need to be in it. Like I can't not be in it. There's only 3 spots left. And so here are 3 different options of how I create a FOMO. And I know you're probably like, I'm a brand new coach. Like I don't have anyone in my challenge groups. I don't even have anyone that wants to talk to me right now. I'll get there. But these are 3 ways. So here is one. A girl is taking a picture with her Shakeology. And you see that she actually took it where it like showed the Shakeology cup. So I put the little emoji guy over the Shakeology name. Always thinking. And he's like, and I'm like, okay, I circled. She said 5 pounds down in the first week. So excited. And I was just like freaking out for her. I was like, so freaking proud of you. You could be next. Planting a seed. Showing them like, this is working. This girl is down 5 pounds in the first week. Like, why not you? You could be next. And that creates curiosity. That will make people want to message you. The other option is doing a list. So what I do every single month is, right now I'm doing my 24 for 24, a list. Every single time someone signs up, I don't update it every day, it's every time someone signs up, but every few times, to create that showing of people signing up. And so I wouldn't start with 20 names. I'd start with 5, and you'll be like, all right, enrollment's open. 5 people for my whatever, 5 for 25, or 5 for whatever you want to call your boot camp, or lifting the bar, whatever. Calling it something and making something to show them, all right, I got 5 spots. And they know, okay, that's all she's got, and then she's done. I created this in something called Canva, which is canva.com. And you can literally if you Google what are the dimensions of Instagram stories, you can put in custom dimensions and then create this. I can't go over how I created it. YouTube it. There's tons of tutorials in there. But I just got a background and then put like an overlaying thing. But again, Google it. It's your best friend. And so here I'm saying congrats, and I'm tagging Meg D143 on snagging a VIP spot. So I'm showing, all right, these spots are going away. Like, this person's grabbing one. Are you next? If you don't have a lot of people signed up, do your current challengers. So say you've signed up your mom and your dad to go Emerald, or your mom and your husband, and you have 5 spots. Put your mom and your husband down on your list. Show that you only have 3 spots left. So that means it's showing, even if you haven't signed anyone, it's showing spots are going, and you're not lying, because you do have those 2 people on your team. And so that will show that spots are going, even if they're technically not. After this enrollment, do you still sign up people? Hell yes, but you don't advertise it as much. Another option is doing a screenshot. So if you're having a good conversation with someone and they're like, oh my God, okay, I'm in, like, how do I sign up? Screenshot it. Save it for a rainy day when you want to post it. And here I'm like, this person was like, okay, how do I go about signing up and paying? And then I'm like, circling, message me, let's chat. Like, spots are filling up quickly, they're going. And it shows people, like, I'm not playing around, spots are really going quickly. And again, it creates that FOMO, because they're like, oh my God, all these people are signing up, I need to sign up. And so again, FOMO is real, and you want to create it. If you don't have challengers right now, if you don't have people getting results because you don't have challengers, go to your uplines challenge group. See who's posting. Use your uplines photos. My photos are fair game for anyone. Taylor's team, my team, you both are in our same challenge group. My photos, I'm sure Taylor will agree, like, her photos are fair game. Use them. Show them. Say, oh my God, look at my girl, Allie. You don't have to call me your coach. Like, say, look at my girl, Allie. You know, like, look at my friend, Allie. She's killing this boot camp. Don't call it but say she's killing our current boot camp. Like, are you ready? And so that, again, that creates FOMO, and you're showing that we're getting results through this. Or even other challengers that post in the group, private message them. Say, hey, you're doing so freaking amazing. Can I share your post? Do you mind if I share your post? And most of the time they're going to be like, no, whatever, enjoy it. Like, I'm proud of myself. But always ask first. Don't steal, because that's shady AF. Unless it's me, you can steal because I give you permission. All right. Instagram highlights. They are so useful because Instagram stories are only there for 24 hours. Only there for 24 hours. And so what do you do if you have some amazing events that you want to show people, but you want to show them forever? And so Instagram highlights is where you'll do that. And some of the highlights of Instagram highlights, you can see what I did right there. So they never disappear. They always are showing. And so they never go away. They're always right there for people to look through. I've actually had people look through some of my, like, Mama Crack Instagram stories and reply to them and be like, can you do like a before and after? Because your stories now versus then, you have changed so much. And so I like having those older ones in there, because then they get to kind of see, oh my God, like, she's changed so much. And so that is something that's also great about that. Or if you went on a really cool event, like I did Coach Summit, we did so many fun things that showed how fun coaching is. I created a story about that. And so it gives them something to look at, because not everybody wants to read your posts. So when they come to you to follow you, they may look at a few of your Instagram stories. gives you an additional place to see what interests you. And so you want to pick, you don't want to have tons and tons of stories, but you want to pick things that are interesting to you. So like me, I have Mama Life because mom life is the best life. I've got all the loves because people are obsessed with like where my clothes are from, like my workout clothes and stuff. So I post it there. Motivate. So I put like any inspirational, motivational thing I post in there. And then Coach Summit, which is like our annual event and stuff like that, I put in there. Pro tip, create a cover. It adds cohesiveness to your page. You don't want all these random little bits of stories as the like previews because it's just not eye-appealing. Go to canva.com again. See, you want to learn to use Canva as a coach. We use it so much. And it'll make it all cohesive. You can actually look up like, I can actually show you right here. Let's see, canva.com. Oh, it's making me sign in. Griffith@gmail.com. Maybe this isn't it. I don't know what it is. Shit. Maybe it's just logging with Facebook. Here, let's do this. Share. I'm trying to show you guys where it's at, but this was a lot smoother in my head. Okay, here's Canva. And so if you go here to create a design, you will find tons of designs. And so what you can actually do is search here. And so you can find all these different designs. And then you can also, this bar is getting on my last nerve. How do I move it out of the way? All right. So here you'll see is where I found, like I do, I'm trying to find where my highlight is. I deleted it. Oh, well, you get the gist. You can create them there. I don't know where I was going with that. All right, stop sharing. All right, and we've got just one more thing, and then we will take questions because I see a ton of things in the chat. All right, and so that, why is it stop sharing? Okay, perfect. And so use Canva to create those. I'm sure there's other things to create them. I just don't know of them. All right, so with any good PowerPoint, we have homework because that's just the type of person I am. And so your homework, story 10 stories, and tell your upline when they're done. So post in your team page, don't message your upline, just post in your team page and say, did my 10 stories, or your upline, I will create like a post for you to comment on the, and I'll tell Taylor, do this also. We'll create a post on our team page. And so like when you finish those 10 stories tomorrow, comment under. So we can look at them and help you if you need any help with making them engaging. Within that story, I want you to practice what you just learned. So do the overlaying text. So do the picture, text, save, exit, go back and post all of them. Do that so we can see that you've mastered that skill also. And then I want you to get uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, or comfortable with being uncomfortable. Record your workout. Let me see, one, that you did your workout and how much fun you're having while you're doing your workout. And so in those 10 frames that you're doing tomorrow, you need to do an overlaying text one and record your workout. And so that shows that you're getting uncomfortable with feeling, getting comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. The first time you record your workout, it's probably going to be like shitty. Scroll back to January, look when I recorded my workout. Me and Taylor were actually doing this the other day and we had a very good laugh. Like, it's not going to be perfect, but you're going to progressively get better and people are going to see you evolve. And so start recording. If you want to get all fancy, you can go to Amazon and buy a tripod for like $20, or you can buy this, which is $100 if you want to get really technical with it. It's the Diva Ring. But start just recording. When I first started recording my stories, I used my windowsill over there. It held my phone, and that's where I did my recording. It was free. I just put it in the windowsill. So start recording. It's going to help you in the long run. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to get to questions, and then Taylor has got a side note on consistency and kind of what her job has done, like what happened when she got a little inconsistent and then when she got super consistent again. So let me look in the chat and see if we have any questions. All right. And I'm out of water. How many slides for workouts best? I say 3 to 4. You don't want to don't want to record your entire workout because, again, people are going to be like, okay, I get the jits, you're working out, and skip through. So I say a good 3 to 4. Pick a few of your favorite moves and record those for the people. No one ever votes on my polls. No one ever voted on my polls at the beginning either, girl. Consistency is key. If you are consistently doing them, you're consistently posting those posts, say dropping emoji, eventually you're going to get one and you're going to be like, oh my God, what do I do? Someone actually did it. And then you will get used to it. And so if people aren't voting on your challenge group ones, cool, do other kinds. Give them the options to vote on different outfits. Like go to Target and just, even if you don't end up getting either of them, just give them options. I get 1 or 2 votes. Good. But we got to keep doing it. Don't quit. Exactly, Marissa. I love you for that. Is she even here anymore? No, she's left. I think I got like 3 max. Same, I am at the rhythm of a clam, so not sure. I have no rhythm. I've actually tripped on my Instagram stories multiple times. Post that shit, keep it moving. Like that's one thing, like don't edit it. Like they want to see real you raw. Like the other day when I burped as I was singing Best Life and drinking my wine, like I could have edited that and then like, oh my God, that's too much. Screw that, no. Or today I was talking about how amazing my barbecue chicken nachos were, and then my daughter jacked the phone away from me and the phone's going all haywire, and then I was like, oh my God, okay, Riley's taking the phone. I could have deleted that and re-recorded it. No, post it. It shows them like your life's not perfect. Like you're normal. You're just an average Joe doing average Joe things, and you're kind of funny while doing it. All right, not everyone has to dance, but you can still definitely make your workout still look fun. Exactly. Taylor doesn't dance, but hers looks fun because she's like bobbing her head a little bit and she moves her mouth sometimes, but not really. She kind of makes it look fun. I mean, she uses cool filters too. It makes it interactive. I'm just annoying. Like I'm just obnoxious. If that's not your personality, don't force it. Just exactly. Perfect. Should we put text in all of our stories? No, not every single one of them. You don't have to, but I do recommend doing quite a few of them. Even if it's just a little bit of text or something like that, but you don't have to do extra. We ain't got to be always extra, just sometimes extra. I'm sorry, what is FOMO? Fear of missed opportunity. Okay, Word Swag is great too. I've never used Word Swag. Everybody talks about it. I need to check it out. There's YouTube tutorials for the thingies. Look at you, Brittany. You know everything. She danced today, kind of. All right, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. Taylor, take it away, boo thing.
Hey, guys. If I haven't met you already, I'm Taylor Cardenas. Obviously, my name's probably down here. But I wanted to touch on what she was saying about, because she is loud and proud. And so if you're not like that, I'm not like that. I'm confident, but I'm not like balls to the wall like she is. And that's why we're Success Club partners or Success Partners, and it works because sometimes she might push me out of my comfort zone and that helps me. But if that's not your personality, that's okay. Just let your own personality, your own life, whatever that looks like, shine through, because that's the reason why someone's going to come to you instead of her, or come to me instead of you, like because they like you and your personality, and maybe they relate to something that's going on in your life more than the next person. So just wanted to touch on that. We don't all have to do those things, but just make sure, like she said, you look like you're having fun, and yeah, even if you're not, just act like you are. But I wanted to touch on consistency because this month, and this month for a lot of people, has been especially hard. And I think it's because summer is coming to an end and people aren't as apt to get into a fitness routine, especially with going into the holidays. And on top of that, fitness and health, like we still have to make a living. I mean, I'm a full-time coach, so I don't have the option to just let it fall. And this month, I set a goal for myself at the beginning of this year when I started, and it is SC5 by the 5th and SC10 by the 10th. And I've hit that every single month until this month. And it was kind of like a slap in the face, and for a lot of people, that's not a big deal, but for me, it is. It's something that I've made like a non-negotiable for my business. And so I was like, why, like, what's different about this month? Why am I not, I kind of already went into the mindset like, okay, this is August, like maybe people aren't going to be as, apt to jump on this train. And I think I kind of put myself in this funk alone. No one else did this to me, but I wasn't posting enough. I wasn't on my stories every single day posting my workout. I wasn't talking as much. I wasn't in some way, whether it's a post, whether it's on your stories, whether it's in your caption, I wasn't talking about my boot camp that I had. And so no one was like jumping at the chance to get into my boot camp. So I talked to Allie, and this is again why success partners are so important. And in the beginning, I was like, why the F would I have somebody else who basically, because you don't really realize how much of a Team Beachbody is until you're in it. And why am I going to have some random person like help me through my process? Like I want to do this on my own, and that's just the type of person I am. I don't like asking for help, but it has been so beneficial for me. And Allie said, I think it was today or the other day, like, what's the chance that both of us are going to be on the same off day? Like there's just not going to be a chance. Either one's going to have a great day and they're going to pull the other one out, or vice versa. And so we've done that for each other. And we were talking about my shitty first week. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. She's like, well, are you posting on your stories every day? Well, yeah, but I'm not posting my workouts every day. I'm not posting 2 to 3 times a day on my actual Instagram feed. I'm not doing all these. I'm not like dropping little breadcrumbs about my boot camp or, some type of invite. And it showed in my business. I didn't get to SC5 by the 5th. And so I think it was like this past Monday, I think. I was at SC2. And then I signed up, I want to say seven people now. And so in a week, me showing up every single day on my stories, every single day posting my workout. I started waking up earlier so that I have more time for my business. Another Allie thing that she helped me with is, she just she's words of affirmation. So you got to like throw those at her every once in a while. But so she helped me. So I woke up earlier. I got it done. I had more time to pour into my business. And since then, I have done very well, and I've caught back up to where I usually am within this part of the month. So I just wanted to tell you, you think that 10 posts a day or on your stories or posting twice a day might be very redundant. Maybe you feel like you don't have anything to say, but you will find something to say. Dig deep into personal development. That's like my go-to. If I feel like I don't have any inspiration, I will go and I will listen to something, because at the end of the day, I started from a lot of struggle. And I think most people do. That's why they come to this business. And if you can find even a tidbit of maybe what reminded you of why you started, or maybe a feeling you had that made you start, and you can pour that into a post or talk to your people on your stories, that is so helpful, and that can change your business, because it just changed mine this month. So please, please, please be consistent. You can't show up one day and post 10 times. Like tomorrow when you do your homework, like don't just post 10 times and then the next day not do it again. You have to keep doing it, because if somebody comes to your page and they see once a week or once every couple days that you're posting one fitness post, they just think you're doing your own thing, like you're on your fitness journey, but there's nothing to join. There's not excitement that surrounds that. So just make sure you are consistent. And as redundant as you might feel and as repetitive as you might feel, there's new eyes to your page all the time. And even if they don't click follow, it could still be a potential client, because there's actually been a few people that like my photos that have been scrolled through the hashtagging that she was talking about and end up finding their way to my page. And guess what? I messaged them. Guess what? That's a new client. And they never followed me. They weren't my follower. And so don't get caught up on how many followers you have or how many eyes you have. People find their way randomly to your pages. But yeah, so that was my point. Just consistency, showing up every single day. Don't make it just once a day, once a week, or yeah, once a day, once a week. Make sure it's 10 times at least a day. And then 2, I always say 2 at least on your actual Instagram feed, and see how that changes your business.
And I know some days, and I'm going to kind of point into this because I've struggled with it, and I know Charmaine struggled with it because we've chatted about it. Not every day you're going to come up with these amazing captions that are just going to be so riveting and you're going to want to post. Some days you're legit, it would take everything out of you to post a picture and try to figure out some caption that's worth a damn to post. I've had those days. Yesterday, I'm going to tell you guys on a little secret. I was scrolling through my old posts like back in January, looking for amazing captions to copy and paste onto a current photo. That's how much I was struggling. And so I'm going to give you guys a pro tip that I have utilized, and I kind of got a little shy on it, but I'm starting to utilize it more. Take a lot of photos. That one day, I know us mamas, we don't get our hair and makeup done, or even if you're not a mama and you're a student, like we don't get our hair and makeup done every day. We don't do it. So 1 to 2 days that we do our hair and makeup, those random Wednesdays, put some different outfits on. Get some different pictures. So those days where you're sitting there with your messy bun, with your 3-day-old hair and your yoga pants, and you're like, I don't want to post this. Get one of those photos, edit it, and post it. Have drafts set. Some days I am like in inspiration kingdom, or I just get done listening to my personal development, and I think that's a good caption to do. I come up with the best captions as I'm listening to a podcast or as I'm listening to personal development, like to the point where I'm in the car listening to it and I'm like voice recording what I want my caption to be. And so I can go and create a post for that, save it as a draft. And so there you're creating these content. So on those days where you're off, those days where you're in a funk, where no one can pull you out because you're just not having a good day, you've got genuine content there that you can post that's not going to take effort and drain you even more. It's all about working smarter, not harder. So we don't have to take live photos every day. Like today, I posted a picture of me in a book, like me with a book, and like my hair was all done and stuff like that. I haven't showered. Like I haven't showered since my workout this morning. I'm still not wearing a bra. That photo was from 4 days ago. I'm working smarter, not harder. I even posted in my team page. I had my ring light out. I had like 5 different outfits laid out on the couch. I had different props. Like, y'all, it's not, you got to just think, okay, like look at all that. Like, just tons of like me feeling myself, taking tons of pictures. And so there's content. And so I know right now, even if, especially if we're in the beginning of our journey, we're not feeling ourselves all the time. So those days that you get your hair done, your makeup, and you're like, damn, like I'm feeling all of this. Take all the pictures, do all the different poses so you have that content. It's going to save you a lot of stress in the long run. So that's just one thing, because I know a lot of people do struggle with content creation, and do different things. Use props. Take one at your desk. Taylor takes them at like coffee shops and like her really pretty pool that I don't have and stuff like that. Like, do different areas. Me, I have this ring light. My husband will attest to this. I'm literally walking around my entire house getting different backdrops for pictures so my entire feed is not this blue wall, because this is where my ring light stays. Like, I'm sitting here carrying it outside. Like, I'm taking pictures in the front yard. I don't leave my house.
I totally agree with that. And I just wanted to add to that. I live in a 600 and we're moving finally. Thank Jesus. Thank you, Beachbody. But I live in a 670 square foot apartment. It's not well lit whatsoever. So if you guys have came across my Instagram, it's pretty cohesive. And I literally have gray walls, tan couch, like all my shit I'm getting rid of. But all of this, I don't have good backgrounds. I don't have pretty kitchen to take a picture in. I don't have any of that. So don't always get caught up, well, oh my God, this apartment or this house is ugly as shit and I just don't know where to post or what to do. Like Allie said, I will go and I will randomly find a corner of the wall that it's like, okay, well, I can white this background out and make it look really good. Like things like that. You can, nitpick with it. But I was also going to say, the last time I took a photo, I've got 8 photos since I actually took a photo of myself. So everything that's on my feed right now, I haven't took a photo of. Even my food was from last week. So I just want to, like, if I get a pretty shot of my food and I don't want to post it right then, or if I already have a picture of my food, like what drives me nuts, I wonder, you can't see it, dang it. Okay, well, I hate when food is on top of food in my feed.
I hate when workout photos are on top of workout photos.
Yeah, it just drives me nuts. I don't want 2 photos to look alike and touch within my Instagram. So
use the app Plan. PLANN. You can put photos so you can see how cohesive it's going to look before.
And Planoly too.
Huh?
Planoly is you can like upload your photo and then if you say it doesn't work, you can delete it. Yeah.
So I definitely attest to that.
Yeah. You don't have to have something every single day. You don't have to get dressed every single day. Like she said, just wham, bam, like get 20 photos that you like with 10 different outfits. And then you have that to post with your cute little caption that you're going to find inspiration from your podcast from.
And you've got content. I know some days like you are like you just don't feel it or you don't know. And you're literally like, I just posted something about my eating, my struggle with yo-yo dieting 3 days ago. Post something about it again in a different content from a different point of view. Chances are that same person that saw your post 3 days ago is not going to see that same post. You cannot be too repetitive. I repeat everything multiple times a day because the likelihood of the same person seeing this other than Taylor, because I'm sure I come up on our feed because we like each other's photos a lot, but like the chances of them seeing every single one of your posts is like super slim. And so don't feel like you're beating the dead horse, like you're inviting or like just being repetitive with the same story. Like it's fine. It's your story. Not everybody's going to see it. So just say it in different terms. Like I've talked about me and my mom passing away in so many different terms throughout this journey. And so it's all from different perspectives, but it's all the same story, And so don't feel like you are using one story too much. It's your story. Use it how you want to. But I hope all this was helpful. I know we ran a little over an hour, so I want to respect your time, and Mama's got a 5 a.m. wake-up call, so she's going to be tired. But I do hope, was this helpful? Thumbs up?
Very.
Did you get some good nuggets from it? If you guys have any questions, again, do your homework tomorrow, but make sure that after you do that homework, you stay consistent with it every single day. Because that's what's going to help you. When you, like Taylor said, when she wasn't being consistent with what she was doing, when she started slacking a little bit or just not thinking about it or overlooking it, her business took a downfall. But the second she became consistent, the second she started being mindful of what she was doing, it peaked again. I've had those moments where I've like literally not invited because I was in a funk, and your business sees a peak. So stay consistent, and you will see Hitting Success Club consecutively every single month to 5 to 10 to 20. All right, guys, turn your videos on real quick. I want a selfie, and then we can go. Except I just like rubbed my eye raw. Nat, turn it on. All right. Uno, dos, tres. Oh, shit, I had Boomerang on. All right.
All right, guys.
Bye.